Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Global Campus Group. In this lesson, we will study the role of an event organizer. This is the opening lesson of Unit 4, and it is very important because successful events do not happen by chance. They are planned, coordinated, monitored, and managed carefully by people who understand both organization and responsibility. An event organizer is responsible for making sure that every part of an event works together smoothly so that the event achieves its purpose, meets stakeholder expectations, and runs safely and efficiently. In today's lecture, we will look at three main areas. First, the different tasks that an event organizer must complete. Second, the different skills needed by an effective event organizer, and third, skills audits, including the common formats used to assess strengths and development needs. By the end of this lesson, you should be able to explain the role of an event organizer, identify the main skills required, and understand how a skills audit can be used to support personal development in event management. Today's lecture is divided into 4 parts. First, we will examine the tasks that need to be completed by an event organizer. Second, we will consider legal requirements and organizational procedures. Third, we will look at the main skills needed to be effective in this role. And finally, we will explore the meaning of a skills audit and the different formats used to carry it out. The role of an event organizer is to coordinate every aspect of an event so that it runs smoothly and meets its intended purpose. This means the organizer does not focus on only one part of the event. They must think about the whole event experience, from planning and booking to communication, legal compliance, delivery, and follow-up. In simple terms, the event organizer turns an event idea into a real, workable, and well-managed event. They bring people, resources, time, information, and procedures together in a structured way. According to this unit, the main tasks completed by an event organizer include organizing the venue, location, and catering, planning and reserving facilities, setting up the program, preparing and distributing documents and contracts, investigating current legal requirements, and setting up organizational procedures. These tasks are connected. If one area is weak, the rest of the event may be affected. That is why event organization requires careful coordination rather than isolated decision-making. Let us look first at the practical arrangements. The venue matters because different events need different sizes, layouts, capacities, and accessibility arrangements. A conference, charity dinner, networking event, and outdoor fair would all require very different spaces. The location also matters because the setting must suit the target audience, the purpose of the event, and practical matters such as transport, parking, and travel convenience. Catering requirements vary depending on the type of event, the number of attendees, dietary requirements, timing, and budget. The planning and reserving of facilities also varies. Some events need audio-visual equipment, staging, furniture, display areas, registration desks, or outdoor facilities such as toilets, shelters, and power supply. So, an event organizer must match resources to the event rather than assume that one standard arrangement will work for every situation. An event organizer must also create and manage the program of the event. The program includes the order of activities, timings, speaker sequence, registration arrangements, breaks, entertainment, and the overall flow of the day or evening. Every event has its own structure, and a well-planned program helps avoid confusion and delay. The organizer must also prepare and distribute the right documents. These may include invitations, schedules, information packs, registration forms, briefing notes, signage plans, or attendee guidance. They must also organize contracts. Different events may involve venues, caterers, performers, equipment suppliers, transport providers, security staff, or photographers. Contracts need to be suitable for the specific service being provided and clear about expectations, timings, costs, and responsibilities. A very important responsibility of the event organizer is to investigate current legal requirements. In this lesson, four broad legal areas are especially important. First, health and safety. Event organizers need proper management systems, risk control, safe equipment, clear information, and emergency arrangements so that risks are controlled during setup, operation, and breakdown. Second, licensing. Depending on the event, licenses or permissions may be needed for activities such as alcohol sales, certain forms of entertainment, or specific temporary activities. Third, consumer protection. Information given to attendees and customers must be clear, fair, accurate, and not misleading. Pricing and promotion must be honest. Fourth, data protection. If the event collects attendee details, contact information, bookings, or feedback, that information must be collected and used lawfully, fairly, transparently, securely, and only for proper purposes. The key point is this: an event organizer must not guess legal compliance. They must research current rules, seek advice where necessary, and check official guidance. The next important area is organizational procedures. Organizational procedures are the internal rules and processes that guide how tasks should be carried out. In event management, these procedures help ensure that people know what to do, when to do it, and who is responsible. An event organizer sets up organizational procedures to improve consistency, efficiency, and accountability. These may include approval processes, communication routines, document control, checklists, sign-off systems, briefing procedures, and safety arrangements. The impact of good procedures is a smoother workflow, clearer communication, and reduced risk of mistakes or delays. In other words, procedures help turn planning into reliable action. We now move to the second major part of the lesson: the skills needed by an effective event organizer. Pearson identifies 6 core skill areas: organizational skills, problem-solving skills, time management skills, negotiation skills, communication skills, and interpersonal skills. These are not optional extras. They are essential because event organizers must manage people, deadlines, pressure, information, and unexpected change at the same time. Let us look at these skills one by one. Organizational skills are needed because the organizer must coordinate many tasks at the same time and maintain control over every stage of the event. Problem-solving skills are needed because unexpected issues can arise at any point, and the organizer must respond quickly and calmly. Time management skills are needed because events depend on deadlines, schedules, and sequencing. Delays in one area can affect the whole event. Negotiation skills are needed because organizers often deal with suppliers, venues, performers, contractors, and service providers. Strong negotiation can help secure better prices, better terms, or more suitable arrangements. Communication skills are needed because organizers must give clear instructions, share information, confirm arrangements, and keep stakeholders updated. And interpersonal skills are needed because event management depends heavily on positive relationships with clients, teams, suppliers, guests, and external partners. Taken together, these skills help the organizer remain effective under pressure and maintain professional control. The final part of the lesson is the skills audit. A skills audit is a process used to assess an individual's current abilities so that strengths and development needs can be identified. In the context of event management, a skills audit helps a learner compare their current abilities with the skills required by an effective event organizer. This makes it easier to identify which skills are strong already and which need improvement. Pearson identifies 5 common formats for collecting a skills audit. A Likert scale measures the extent of agreement or confidence, for example, from strongly disagree to strongly agree, or from low confidence to high confidence. A semantic differential scale asks someone to rate themselves between opposite descriptive terms, such as weak to strong or unconfident to confident. Observation involves watching a person carry out tasks in real time so that actual behavior and performance can be assessed. A questionnaire gathers structured information about a person's skills so that responses can be reviewed and analyzed. An appraisal is a discussion with a manager, teacher, or assessor in order to review performance, receive feedback, and set development goals. Each format has value, and in practice, it is often useful to combine more than one method. Let us now summarize the lesson. The role of an event organizer is to coordinate every aspect of an event so that it runs smoothly and achieves its purpose. The organizer must manage tasks such as venue, location, catering, facilities, program planning, documents, contracts, legal requirements, and organizational procedures. They must also understand key legal areas such as health and safety, licensing, consumer protection, and data protection. To be effective, an event organizer needs strong organizational, problem-solving, time management, negotiation, communication, and interpersonal skills. And finally, a skills audit helps identify strengths and areas for development, using formats such as Likert scales, semantic differential scales, observation, questionnaires, and appraisals. So the role of an event organizer is both practical and professional. It requires planning, structure, responsibility, and strong people skills. Thank you for watching this lecture on the role of an event organizer. I will see you in the next lecture.